Good morning, folks. Welcome back. It is no longer morning. I am getting on late today. Guys, I was up till like 3 in the morning fiddling with OBS settings last night. It was a party. Not the fun kind. Alright, so that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this as soon as I'm done setting up here. Should just be another minute or two. In the meantime, if you guys wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I always appreciate that. Hey, Mike B, welcome. Yep. I just got her going here. It's going to be another minute or two. Now what's going on? Okay, guys, apologies for the delay in start of game here. 5-yard penalty, still first down. But, yeah, I don't know. Internet's not doing too hot today. Or maybe that's because, I'm trying different resolutions. And hey, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Jim Lewis, what's up? Okay, Mike B, gotcha, thanks. Yeah, that new resolution. So I was up again until 3 o'clock in the morning last night fiddling with this stuff. And there were like just, I don't know, 5 or 6, dummy streams that I sent out short bursts just to kind of check resolution, see if I could actually get the 4K running. Apparently my computer won't push it. So it was a good try. But I'm ready for it, maybe down the road here, hopefully before Metroid Prime 4. I might be able to invest in a new machine here that can run something like that. But yeah, for now, I guess the 1440 is going to have to do. So I'll have to remove the 4K tags. Now, I don't know, I read a lot of Reddits and stuff last night that said sometimes if you push this signal, the 1440, and you set it up in YouTube to do a 4K, sometimes it'll stretch out the image into a 4K. Now, to me, that's kind of like upscaling, so it's probably not going to be legit 4K. I don't know, better than nothing. But anyway, I think I'm just going to stick with this for now because I know I can work with the files. So yeah, I definitely need a stronger machine. Long story short, to push that 4K. Yeah, got you, Mike B. Gotcha. Start stuttering after 720, that's no good. Yeah, ouch. Alright, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of the way here and get into this a little bit. Peace out, Home Scout. Alright, so... Welcome back, folks. Level Up Royal here with you once again. And folks, it's time to head to Kakariko, and I've already been there earlier on in my walkthroughs. But not long ago. We basically just went over there to get a couple of goodies, Hess 2, the stealth suit, and then we just continued on our mission doing a big monster hunt, as you can tell by the massive monster club I'm carrying on my back there. Because I just kind of wanted to jump off the Grat Plateau, heading toward the Dueling Peaks over there. Just to kind of show you on the map where we're heading and what we're doing. We're going to just kind of hot-foot it over here to about this shrine. Again, I've already gotten this previously. I'll be sure and leave a link in the description below for my playlist. But that was definitely gotten and walked through. So were all these other shrines. But I really didn't do anything else along the route here other than get the tower. So I really just kind of wanted to show a good looting spree all the way to not only Kakariko, but out to Hontano as well. In addition, folks, I went ahead and got ourselves a 5-star speedster horse. If you're wondering how I did that fun, please once again check out that walkthrough. Once I hit the shrine here, I'm going to be using that 5-star speedster horse. We're going to telewarp ourselves way back down here to the Highland stable, and we're going to kind of ride back up that way because there's some goodies to do and some looting to do along the way. So folks, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I would always appreciate that. And with that, let's get into this. So guys, immediately off the Great Plateau here, you're looking around, there's stuffs to do, you're like, oh, what is going on here? Buildings, decayed stuff. We even have some bad boy trouble. Ooh, and anytime I see bats, I like to try to get as many as possible. I think the bobkins are going to mess this up. But basically, you want them to kind of dive. Once they do, you can usually get a bomb lit and get quite a few of them. And I think all this stuff is angering the bad boy nest of bobkins over there, which is why you hear the horn blaring. And I already have my bombs upgraded, so in case you guys didn't catch my earlier videos, I'll show you how to do that in Hontano. Again, I have a playlist in the description below. Feel free to click on that link, and I'll show you all the goods. Alright guys, in addition to the description below, yikes! thank you so much to Dee Dee Plays. She created a bingo game. Super fun. I'm kind of excited to share that with you guys. So if you look in the description below, there will be like a Bingo Baker link for Level Up Royal Bingo. So basically, you know, as I say some of the things I'm more well known for saying, you can play bingo along while you watch the stream. Should be a lot of fun. Okay, but enough fooling around with all that. I'm trying to get these bobkins to come back to the nest here so that I can do this properly, but I don't think they're going to cooperate. Nothing is cooperating right now. Maybe I should, like, re-warp and start over. I don't know. Maybe I'll just try to wait out the clock. There we go. Y'all need to go home. Stop blowing your horn. Oh my goodness. This dude's got lungs. That was funny. I briefly read that list Dee Dee sent me of all this stuff, and you know, of course I locked onto a few of them right away. But I'm gonna try to not say things intentionally, or not say things intentionally based around that, like what I remember reading. This ought to be fun. I'm already kind of like second guessing everything I should say. But once I get into this here a little bit and warm up, hopefully I'll be able to put that out of my mind completely, so it'll be a legit bingo card. Alright, so anytime, you know, I can get the sneak strikes in, I always have fun doing that. Might as well. I really don't have anything I want to tear up that bad. Wow. Like, I got a pretty good inventory right now. Not gonna lie. So if you guys are wondering how I have 3 heart containers and, like, all this stuff, once again, guys, just check out that playlist. I take you through all of this step by step. New players, you can do this. It really is just a ton of fun. Got a Savage Lino bow there with a 5-shot burst. Booyah. Okay, now I'm warming up. See, now I'm getting excited. Alright, some more bats. Awesome. So yeah, I really like the bats. Now, you know, if you don't want to have to run around with the whole bomb like I did, you can always bomb arrow them, and that gets quite a few too. Quite a lot, actually. Alright, so now let's try to get back into this bad boy nest. Now, I've already got the advantage of... Oh my goodness, again? Now, I've already got the advantage of stealth, but if you don't have the stealth suit yet, no harm, no foul. You can just kind of walk painfully slowly, and that mimics stealth. Now, of course, if they can still see you via line of sight, that's not going to help you anymore. So what I'm going to do is take out this bad boy nest correctly this time. And any old bow should work, even if you've only got a traveler's bow. As long as you get that headshot, you'll be able to one-hit that bobkin up there. And then once you do that, if it is nighttime for you in your game, again, you can just walk painfully, slowly, walk over here, and sneak strike them. But because I have the power of stealth, I can walk around full speed at leisure. Now, don't sprint. As soon as you sprint, all the fun is ending. No more fun anymore. Now, the cool thing about this bad boy nest in particular is if you got good weapons and you don't want to trash them on red bobkins, because nobody wants to do that, you can grab this axe, and that'll also sneak strike these dudes. Nice. Pot lid. Nobody wants a pot lid. Alright, there's a rusty shield here. I really wouldn't recommend the rusty stuff, guys. We got better. I would only recommend picking that stuff up if you happen to, like, have absolutely nothing left in your inventory. You know, something's better than nothing at that point. But there is a semi-decent weapon here. That throwing spear that's glistening right next to me, the sparkly, that is not a bad spear. And the great thing about spears, especially for newer players, is they keep enemies at a distance. So I'll try to demonstrate that just a little bit for y'all. And the wagons, guys, anytime you see a broken down wagon, spam the A button on both ends of that wagon. There's always goodies there for you. Usually 2 gemstones. Actually, I don't think I've ever gotten anything but a gemstone. But still, you know, it's extra gems. And there's 2 of them in each wagon. The only bad thing is sometimes if they're underground, one of the ends or both of the ends like this one, you won't be able to spam collect anything under there. Those are like duds. Alright, sorry about the delay of game there. Had to, blow my nose, clear the throat, all the fun stuff during allergy season. And I finally figured out how to mute my mic so that you wouldn't have to listen to that. Which I noticed was kind of annoying when I was doing my video edit there. So that video edit, it was basically just the first 2 streams that I did, consolidated into one. So I think I took about 3.5 hours of footage there, and made it, 2 hours. So that was kind of nice to have a shortened version, because I understand some people out there just want the quick help. And honestly, I kind of had fun again, getting back into the editing. It took a long time though. That's the only bad thing about that. So I guess, having my new schedule on the weekends only for the streaming here, that'll give me 4 days during the week, where I'm going to be able to, just kind of focus on doing some editing. Alright, but enough about background stuff. Let's get to work further on our little spots of fun here. So right here, guys, this little tower that you can barely see from the map. A couple of goodies up here. In addition, it's going to provide a fly down point so we can take out some more bad boys down here. And guys, these are on horseback, so you're going to want to do it from the air. It'll definitely make this fist fight just a bit easier. Alright, beware the bomb barrels. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move this somewhere safer. That's better. But before I deal with Bobkins... Treasure chest! Nice. And guys, I'm gonna sell every single amber and every single... Excuse me. Opal. At least here early game. I mean, the opals are really only needed for, like, the Zora outfit, and honestly, there's really no point in upgrading that, because typically you're not going to be in your bigger fist fights with your Zora shirt on. Or Zora any armor on, for that matter. So, dumping a bunch of mats into the Zora armor I just found was kind of wasteful. I found it was better just, to use those opals for selling power, especially earlier game. Alright guys, so I'm getting back to right off the Great Plateau here. Now that that little looting excursion is all done. You can use bombs to boost open these crates, but it kind of throws your loot around. Sometimes it's tough to find your arrows, the more important stuff that we open crates for. Which is why I'll usually use like a claymore or an axe or anything of that nature, so that it's more controlled. Not only that, I feel like it speeds my looting up. When I'm using bombs all the time, I find I'm spending more time running around in circles just trying to find whatever it was that I might have had from the bomb. So yeah, it might be a little wasteful, but honestly, there's plenty of weapons in the game, plenty of claymores in the game. I think we'll be okay. Okay guys, once again, these Decayed Guardians. And this is something else the community taught me. Always use Cryonis underneath that bad boy, because it picks him up and shows you more goodies. So, spam collect whatever you can first, and then go ahead and use that rune. And you guys are going to need these monster parts. You're going to need lots of them. If you haven't already gotten your Sheikah Slate upgraded, you're looking at 3 ancient cores, 3 ancient screws, and 3 ancient shafts to get that bone, or no, that Sheikah Slate upgraded. So my words are already failing here. That's not a good sign. It's too early for this. So right now I'm just going to kind of stick to the left side of the road, and then we'll circle back over and kind of go on the right side of the road here. But yeah, guys, 3 ancient cores, 3 ancient shafts, 3 ancient screws, and that will get you your Sheikah Slate completely upgraded. So stasis, bombs, sensor ability, so you can search things like treasure chests. Definitely worthwhile to do that. So make sure you're hitting up all these Decayed Guardians. And guys, just in case you missed them, there is a grip of these things on the Great Plateau, right around the Eastern Abbey there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for here. So the 3 ancient cores, that's not going to be doable from just picking up Guardian parts the way I just showed you. You can only get those in shrines, and again guys, you'll have to go back through and catch my my playlist in order to find those 3 ancient cores. I've actually got 4 of them so far in different shrines. So yeah, I walk you through all of that to make sure that you're ready to rock and roll by the time you get to Hauntno. Okay, that's pretty much it now for free lootable stuff, other than these mushrooms. And you can do these, you know, via bow and arrow, but, you know, it's wasteful. That kind of rips up the bow's durability. Not only that, arrows. I don't have a ton of arrows yet. So I'm going to try not to be super wasteful with arrows right now at this point in the game. Well, I might use one just to speed things up a little bit. And if you want to use your yellow rune, that'll really help you to see the stuff lighting up better. In fact, you'll see me like flipping that off and on constantly, usually just when I'm walking around looking for free lootables, things like mushrooms. Just everything lights up. And now that I've got it upgraded, it'll also show you the enemies, which is very handy to have. You can just kind of turn the thing on and see if anything is lying in wait for you. For example, I see a treasure chest lighting up there. Nice. Okay, so if you've got the EX guys, the DLCs, you're going to want to read this book. This is going to kind of advance your storyline, and I don't know if you have to read all the pages. I just do out of habit. But it kind of opens up all these little fun side quests that came with that DLC. EX this, EX that. A lot of them are going to take you to just random, you know, uniform items, clothing items, super suits, etc. There it goes, updated EX Twilight. Booyah. And Phantasma. That's right, we can get an early game barbarian armor. Ish. I mean, it's high level attack power, so it's kind of nice because when you put that on just for Nitnoid stuff, you don't have to worry about eating meals. It's just a quick uniform change, no harm, no foul. Alright guys, plenty of fun stuff here. I'm going to try to do this with one claymore swing. Doesn't always work out. Alright, definitely lots of goodies here. Ooh, wooden bow. I haven't found one of those yet in my game. That's pretty much the same thing as the Boko bow, just maybe with slightly more durability. Not a night and day difference, it's still a garbage bow, but it's great for horse catching. Alright guys, once again with the ice block trick. Boom, baby. And I'm gonna see if I can clip this one. I don't think so. I think I tried this before and it just wasn't quite close enough to get up under this dude. Nope. It was a good try. There's quite a lot to do here, too. So yeah, when we come back through here with the horse, I'll show you guys some other stuff. There's a stone talus here, so you'll get to watch a little bit of combat. That'll be fun. And just Korok seeds. There's like a hidden little mini cave. Now, when I say cave, it's not like TOTK style cave. It's very minimum. It's basically just an opening in the side of a cliff wall there. Still fun to hit. Ooh, check that out. Sneak strike! And yet another treasure chest. Gotta get them rupees, especially for you non-DLC users. There is no way I'm out of stamps right now. Okay, I might be legitimately out of stamps right now. I really kind of want to keep the rainforest stamps there because there's stuff... Like, I'm not done in the rainforest. There's more to come in the rainforest. But some of these older ones, yeah, I can probably go ahead and start cleaning up the previous routes a little bit. We'll call this game maintenance. Gotta get maintenance done. So I'm using my new Switch 2 Pro controller, and guys, I gotta tell you, it is nice. Like that other clanky thing I was using, it's a night and day difference. The buttons are so much quieter. I'd be very surprised if anybody can ever hear me spamming my A button again, you know, trying to get through dialogue and cutscenes and otherwise being impatient. Alright, that should get us going. I don't think I'm going to have the stamps. You know, getting back to my Hardy Radish map, That's going to start filling up awful quick because they are everywhere in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, this isn't going to get us very far. I might have to dip into the rainforest here. I cannot believe the Switch 2 version does not have more stamps. Honestly, that is just completely ridiculous. 100 stamps in a game where there's like 10,000 lootables. Now, for the old Switch, I get it. Older machine, you know, maybe it wasn't quite powerful enough to do more than 100. But here in the Switch 2, we should have at least 1,000 stamps. Just saying. This is no stamp rant. I'm just, you know, throwing that out there. We should have more stamps. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to dip into the rainforest. It doesn't look like I have 100 stamps. I mean, is it just me? Maybe the counter is off. Maybe I'm in the Twilight Zone. Maybe this is what happens when you don't clean your room and you made your mom mad. So, you know, just getting back to that 100 stamp limit. I already know there's more than like 100 hardy radishes in this game. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a stamp map for all radishes. I really want to keep my skulls up, though, because while I'm going around doing my big hunts, that's just quick reference for me, so I can kind of see where they're at. Bada bing, bada bang, get them killed. But, ouch! 100 stamps! Alright, enough about the stamps. And I think it's a great time to take a break. Stamp rant. That was on the bingo card, by the way. Alright. More coffee. And more chat window. Kind of see where we're at. And I totally forgot to type my message in there. That's shame on me. The Wolfman, hey, welcome! Awesome! Good to know there are others partaking at this hour of the day. Hey, Sunny Family, what's up? Listening while I drive. Alright. Oh, wow, Jim Lewis. Switch 2 fastest selling game console of all time. That is nuts. Funny here, I was thinking this wouldn't be a very hot thing, you know, because it very limited on the games it was going to have. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, people already had that. So, like, when I started finding sellout situations, I was like, wait a minute, like, am I missing something here? So it might be by the object map. I think you're talking about like the dungeon maps. Like ZeldaDungeon.net. I use that one a lot in Tears of the Kingdom. Of course, IGN has one. And there's an app that comes with the Switch too, the Zelda Notes, which you guys told me about, the community here. Yeah, I haven't actually even done that yet. I've been wanting to do a stream with, like... I'm just going to do a stream with... I know how to use the amiibo, so you can get what you want. Might take a little time, but you can do it. So I want to demonstrate that. I just kind of want to do a run-through with amiibo stuff. Not only that, I want to do that Zelda Notes thing, because, you know, I hear it helps you find stuff and whatnot. I just haven't personally gotten my hands on it yet. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about with object maps... The Mr. Cheese one. I'm not familiar what that might be. Okay, I'll have to play with that. Maybe that can be part of the whatever those things are called, amiibos, and the Zelda Notes deal. That would be a good, thorough stream to show all that. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back out of the way. Get back into some looting here. Actually, before I do that, I need to get my message typed. Alright, perfect. Oh. That's awesome, Jim Lewis. Yeah, that Twilight was gorgeous. Alright, guys, I will go ahead and get out of the way. Toodles. Now I know Toodles is on the bingo card. Alright, folks, let's get back into this, shall we? So from here, I pretty much hit all the buildings. And all the immediate fun stuff. I'm going to stick to the road and just kind of keep heading toward the dueling peaks over there, which is an eastwardly direction. And guys, crickets and stuff. Now again, if you don't have stealth, you'll have to walk painfully slowly, but it's absolutely worth grabbing these things. You can make stamina replenishment elixirs. Not only that, when you get to Hauntno, you can trade those in for 100 rupees on a little side quest. But you're going to need at least 10 of them to be able to do that. Also take the time to get your warm darners. Just pretty much anything the game gives you guys, take the time to scoop it all up. Absolutely. Now this moblin, guys, this is where I said I wanted to demonstrate the... Ooh, check that out. Critical hit. That's a nice bonus. On the final swing, it does double damage. Not bad. But that's a great weapon to use against this. Because the final swing, again, that critical hit, it stuns them. It throws them away. They drop their weapon, etc. But if you don't have critical hit, the spear probably isn't the way to go because it doesn't stun him. He's a bigger dude. So unfortunately, you know, if you just go and swing, and he's still going to be able to swing back and connect. So for these, I recommend the Claymore style weapons because the second swing will throw them across. And then you can go over there and just kind of wail on them. Alright guys, once again with the wagons. That's 3 wagons we've come across now, so that's 6 gemstones. Not a bad deal. And don't be shy, get the flint. The flint is not 0. In fact, don't sell the flint outright. Wait until you get to Rito Village. You're going to be able to sell 50 of those for 500 rupees on a little side quest. So that's definitely the way you're going to want to go with the flint. Alright guys, there's more buildings on the left side of the road again, but once again I'm going to stay to the right here. Another thing you can do with the Claymore style weapons, now sadly mine's about to bust, but this will be a great time to demonstrate the power of the spear. So you can keep things stunned. Now that only works on the one that you're directly smacking, so I'm going to kill this red first. Whoops, ouch. I just got my butt handed to me by a mop. I think I just lost some cool points on that one. But anyway, it keeps the enemy like in a stunned state. So, you know, unfortunately when you got multiple running around, it gets kind of hairy, but just stay light on your feet. Don't stand in one place for too long. If you just kind of keep walking around, they usually can't connect with you. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Just stay light on your feet. Anyway, getting back to keeping enemies in a stunned state. So you smack him once, he kind of, you know, gets irritated, his head moves around a little bit. So even if he's going to attack you, this is the weapon that you're going to want because it keeps him at arm's length, but it also breaks his attack. So newer players, yeah, I understand you can't use your shield here, so, you know, you have to think about that too. So, you know, if you want your shield, you need to be able to have a one-handed weapon, is what I call these. So any one-handed weapon, you'll be able to, you know, hold that shield up. So just a couple of different ways you can do combat there that I definitely wanted to point out for you newer players especially. Now guys, normally you're not going to be getting tangled up with blues just yet. I've already progressed my KO credit far enough. Now I've got blues showing up all over the place, and that's a good thing. That's where that weapon progress has come from. And again, guys, this is in my playlist. So check out that link below in case you're wondering what KO credit is and what I'm talking about weapon leveling. But, yeah, that critical hit, that was part of that. Farming hoe. I might even go back and... never mind. I'm going to use the farming hoe. Why? Because it's fun. Okay, not ridiculously fun, but it does a little damage. So yeah, guys, again, that hidden stat, that KO credit, I've got mine progressed to blue Bobkins right now. Actually, black. But some of these reds around here were leveling up to blue, but they stop at blue. Now, you know, it's been a while since I've been here super early game. You know, I might be remembering this wrong, but I think they're all reds pretty much between here and Kakariko. Alright, so anyway, now that I've made it to this point, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back down to the... Now, if you don't have this, you know, if you're just following along to get to Kakariko, just kind of ignore this little bit. I'm going to be riding the horse back up to meet back up here. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, the horse might not really be necessary. This whole little segment here, it's just kind of a little bit of a sidestep because I've already been through here and I said we'd come back and loot properly because, guys, there is a lot of loot. Not only that, there's some Lizzles, you know, it's kind of a tough fight on the Hylian bridge there. And I wanted to come back when we were better prepared for that. So yeah, this next little segment here is going to more or less be the bridge of Hylia and kind of between there and that shrine we just uncovered. Alright, we got Thunda. Thunda is my new best friend. Thunda's been a good horse. And something else I keep forgetting to talk about, guys, you're going to go through arrows. So once you start doing better with rupees, you might want to make it a habit, at least earlier game here, before we really start going out on good hints where we're going to get tons of arrows just for free. You might want to just buy them to keep your stockpile up. And never ever offer to give him something for an elixir. The elixirs are always garbage, and the beetles are better served, you know, cooking. Or using for suit upgrades for that matter. So yeah, never ever ever give Beetle your beetles. It's a scam! Alright, so I am out of here. Let's go ahead and get going now with our looting spree. Now, there's a whole bunch of dudes on horseback here. Honestly, it's low-hanging fruit. I never bother with it. There is a little side quest attached to this. They're at the stable. Maybe I'll do that when I come back and do a stable video. But for now, yeah, just, yeah. Kind of a waste of time. Move it. Walking right in the middle of the road. What did you expect? Oh, an Octorok. Those are always fun to play with. Where are you at? I know you're here. So you'll have to double bomb this guy. One to kind of scare him to get him to pop up, and then the other to actually kill him. Oh, check that out. I got 2 Bobkins with that blast. Oh, I just had a flashback to Die Hard movies. Our spotters say you got 2 with that blast. I think they were talking about screen doors. Ooh, and another radish. Honestly, I don't know if I knew about this one. If I did, it was a long time ago. So there goes my 100 stamps. Awesome. So yeah, guys, those hardy radishes, those things are enormous, especially early game. You can cook the extra heart meals, which is why I got all them green heart containers up there. Really just helps add to your life force. Okay, now I'm not going to turn right and go toward the rainforest. That was totally out of muscle memory. I did that just now. We need to turn left at this fork and head toward the bridge of Hylia. Hylia, however you pronounce that word. And we still cannot use runes from the horseback, which is, you know, not awesome. But guys, there's stuff in this forest. So, you know, you might want to take a minute, kind of walk around here. Turn on that yellow rune. You know, you'll get mushrooms, especially the iron shrooms. So for you folks that like the defense meals, you can toss 4 of those iron shrooms into a cooking pot. Get a good high-level defense meal running. And that negates 50% of all incoming damage. Now, me personally, I don't like those. I prefer to go for the attack power, but that is another option. And guys, look at that. We got high-tail lizards. And once again, I'm not sure I knew that these even spawned in here. So that is freaking awesome. Learn something new every day. One thing I really love about Breath of the Wild is, you know, 8 years in, or 7, or whatever it's been by now, I'm still learning. And I'm still enjoying the game as if it was one of my first playthroughs. Like that new element, that discovery element. You know, thousands of hours into gameplay, and I'm still experiencing that discovery element. Really awesome. Oh, I just lost a beetle. Yeah, so there's beetles here too. Beetles and lizards. Lizards and beetles. So as soon as you sprint, it starts scaring away all the critters. So you just kind of have to walk around, you know, at idle speed if you're wearing stealth. And then you'll find you'll be able to collect this stuff. Now, I'm not going to run this forest completely, but guys, just all the trees here in this little area. Again, just turn on that yellow rune. Lots and lots of goodies here, especially iron shrooms, just other random stuff. You know, frogs, lizards, insects, beetles as we're finding out. Oh, and the Octoroks. Glowing mushrooms. Yeah, guys, we're going to need these too for suit upgrades. That's for the stealth suit. Now, I do get into combat wearing the stealth suit, so that is one thing that I feel is not a waste of mats throwing in to upgrade that stealth suit. And I know there's an Octorok here. There we go. I just saw him. But I like to take the time to kill these because they drop the balloons. And guys, I use the balloons to help pick up like things that are in my way instead of using stasis and trashing my weapons. So yeah, definitely a good thing. Did I just blow up my monster parts? That wasn't cool. I just blew up my monster parts. Alright, so yeah, just another little fringe benefit to looting this little particular forest here. But guys, the frogs. Tireless frogs. Again, huge early game material. Mat is what I call that. So in case you're wondering, what are mats? You know, you keep saying this mats. Yeah, just materials, you know, random stuff that you can use for super suit upgrading, cooking. But those Enduro frogs especially, toss one of those in a cooking pot with a monster part. That's extra stam, guys. That replenishes all your green stamina, plus a little bit of extra on the back end. So I use those constantly in combat. So guys, those tireless frogs are really huge. Okay, and honestly, I don't know why I'm collecting iron shrooms, because I normally don't ever even use these. I guess I'm just pointing out just how resource-rich this little patch of forest is. Not only that, I thought there were rush rooms around here somewhere, so I really need to take a better look. And make sure I'm not missing a bunch of fun stuff here. It's for science. It's for science. Yeah, see? I don't have an addiction. I'm doing this for you guys. This is a labor of love. I'm gonna save him this time. I don't know why I normally don't bother with these, but I wanted to demonstrate the backhoe because it's fun. I just killed him with a gardening tool. What? No monster parts. What's happening? Am I missing something here? Huh. Okay, so anytime you save a civilian, you can always talk to them and get some kind of free. It's usually a meal or elixir. Sometimes they'll give you monster extract. But wow, that one was really handy. I got a double barrel green. Not a bad deal, Yo-Yo. Alright, what else am I looking for here? Once again, I just wanted to make sure I thought there were mushrooms. I thought there was like a little mud bog and mushrooms. Mushrooms specifically. Maybe the map will help me see. Maybe it's further over here. We might not be there yet. Yeah, because I really needed that Hylian shroom, you know. It was critical in my gameplay. Couldn't live without it. Okay, so here's the mushrooms. I knew they were around here somewheres. Now, these are tough because of the mud. But honestly, if you fall in, it's only a 1 heart penalty. So if it happens, it happens. I'll live. Hey, gimme, gimme, gimme. But yeah, guys, these mushrooms are huge. You're going to need 55 of those on the way to Gerudo. There's a stable there that you can trade 55 of those in for a diamond, and that sells for 500 smackaroos. Not a bad deal. Wow, we got bladed rhino beetles out here. Yeah, guys, this forest is absolutely worth your time hitting. Now, I came here at night. So if you're here during the day and you're just not seeing the spawn-ins on the insects and the lizards and stuff, just find somewhere dry, throw a campfire down, make it nighttime, and then try coming back in here and see what happens. Now, sometimes I think in certain areas, the spawn-ins are time-specific. Alright guys, so I'm going to pretty much call it, you know, good enough here for the forest. Now, I am killing stuff. Everything counts for that KO credit, so that should be pushing a blood moon here pretty soon. So I'm going to have to stay cognizant of that, because I'm going to want to break away and do a little bit more blood moon cooking. So guys, from here I'm just going to go ahead and ride on out. It's time to invade the Bridge of Hylia. Now, I've already been through here and done a little bit of Korok seed farming, but there's another seed here that I could have gotten and I didn't, because it's a little bit tricky, and again, getting back to weapon breakage and, you know, using stasis. I don't really like this one. It's not one of my favorite Korok seeds for that reason. Oh, I noticed dragon. Yeah, we need those guys. I'm going to break away and go get a quick dragon scale. I keep talking about these 30-minute meals. So I just need to, you know, make this happen real quick. And you get an updraft with these things usually, because they're tough to hit. And beware, guys, they attack, and they really take it out of your hearts. Not only that, you'll go falling to your death. But it's helpful if you can get kind of close for bow and arrow. It's even more helpful if you can't get close if you have a long-distance bow. Now, you know, of course, here I was able to get close, so we're good. Just hit it in the body. Don't... Oh, no, it wasn't the scale. Nuts! I got the wrong monster part. See, I always do that, guys. I always say it's the scale. It's not the scale. It's the horn. And I didn't even see where the scale went. Okay, so I'll just have to wait for him to spawn back in. But you'll see him more than once throughout the day. But it's the horn. So you have to hit him on his horns on his head. And all the horns look different on all the dragons. But as long as you hit that horn, you'll get that dragon horn. You'll be able to toss that in a cooking pot with, you know, 4 bananas or just 4 other random... you know, attack power ingredients. Not the thistle. The thistle throws it off. But you'll be able to get high level in 30 minutes out of that meal. Not a bad deal, yo-yo. Alright guys, so here's that pesky Korok seed. We basically gotta play golf. We gotta put the ball in the hole, just like Happy Gilmore. Send him home, Happy. Send him home. Now I really wish I had that gardening hoe, but honestly, we probably don't need it. I got the club. And I think about 4 swats with a one-handed weapon does it. Nope, not quite enough oomph. So maybe I'll smack it another 3-4 times here. That should get it the rest of the way in. I kind of feel like I'm playing Mario Golf right now. With the arrow. Trying to get the arc right. Alright, so there is our good friend the Korok seed. Now again, there's a whole bunch more here, guys. Check out that link in the description below for my playlist. And I'll show you like a few more Korok seeds right around here. But for right now, I'm just going to get a move on. And of course, apples and mushrooms. And maybe even beetles, oh my. Give me that apple. Alright guys, welcome to the Bridge of Hylia. Now there is a whole bunch of stuff to do here, and honestly, this is something that might be a separate stream. I might come back here and do a whole bunch of like bridge or just like a lake video, because guys, there's a lot of stuff here. Just seeds, chests, stuff out in the water. That can get very, very time consuming. So for right now, I'm just going to kind of blow through the bridge to get back up to our Kakariko deal. But yeah, there's a lot to do here on the Bridge of Hylia. And more specifically, guys, the Kakariko seeds are important. Because we need to go back to the Hestu. We need to find Hestu's third location so that we can get a good amount of Kakariko seeds in order to trade in for inventory. Because this is going to start feeling really claustrophobic if we don't do that. Now, guys, notice there's two ways to get off the horse. Not always of dismounting the horse are created equal. You can back off and just kind of do that. Or you can jump with the X button and do that. So jump with the X button and do that, because you get that bullet time. And that'll really help, you know, with these Lizzles right here. So you can just kind of get a couple of headshots in and get this dude dead really, really quickly. Both of these, actually. Get them all in one go. This way you're not on the ground, you know, running around screaming with your hair on fire, trying to put it out, punching yourself in the head. That's no fun. But once we get them dead, there is absolutely a treasure chest here. The Zora Spears, I don't really use them. I mean, if you got nothing else in your inventory, you know, it's not terrible. It's probably better than a Lizzle Spear, if I'm being honest. But yeah, they break kind of quick. I mean, they're cool looking, don't get me wrong. Definitely cool looking. Alright, don't forget your gemstones. Awesome. And since I am here, there is a Kakariko seed right on top of this deal. Might as well get it. Then again, now I kind of wished I had waited for, you know, when I come back to do Lake Hylia. Too late now. There goes another stamp. They're going away fast. Giddy up! Wow, all the shiny rocks are starting to invade my mind right now. Like, you guys have no idea. Okay, so in particular, this is the bad boy nest I really wanted to get my hands on. Uh-oh, where's the archers? Where's the archer? There we go. Wow, I barely got that shot off at the last possible second. Oh, is he gonna see me? Alright, so hopefully I can sneak around here and work from the top down. That's just another little combat tip, guys. If you can, always get height advantage. Work from the top down in any situation where that is possible. That might be worth the extra minute or two just to do that. You know, you can get an enemy or two dead with bullet time. And then that really helps calm the fight down for when you get deeper into the bad boy nest. But notice that, guys, that's a black bobkin. Again, I've got my KO credit built up now, so I'm going to have black bobkins in this video. But if you don't, that should just be a red or a blue. You know, no big deal. But this is where ice arrows are really beneficial. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and eat an attack power meal here. And that just prolongs the life of the weapons. Always, always, always drop that hard save just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. And then off we go. I think I just said like 50 bingo items in that one little sentence. And guys, the stuff that you're going to freeze needs to be the bigger enemies. You know, just put those things on ice. Actually, yeah, Zora Spear, that'd be fun. Whoops. Get those things on ice. Yeah, I really botched that when I got hit there. I would have been in better control of that battlefield had I not lost my focus. But, yeah, ideally you want those things to stay on ice. Kill all the Nitnoid stuff while they're frozen. That gives you a minute to kind of clean up the battlefield a little bit. Try to stay in control of the battlefield to the fullest extent possible. So that other one should still be frozen. They don't last forever. You know, the ice is just to kind of give you a little bit of a head start so that you can Again, be in better control of the battlefield here. There's bomb barrels they can throw, and this guy was holding a Dragon Bone Boko bow. Like, that really would have put it to my heart containers. Ouch. Still no bumps on the Boko bows. That's okay. It's still a beautiful weapon with the bone system. Like, yeah, ouch. That guy can really smart, so I'm going to pay some attention here. But again, with the spear, keeping things at arm's length. And it was probably kind of a waste of an attack power meal, but in addition to it prolonging the life of your weapons, it also just helps get things dead quicker. Long throw! Who put that there? Long throw. I'll long throw you. The long throw. It's already starting, guys. We're out of stamps and the long throw is happening. What is happening? I haven't even been playing this game for 10 minutes yet. We got long throw and we got stampage. Two major problems. Okay, so yeah, again, this bad boy nest, definitely worth the time for the ice arrows, if nothing else. Of course, I used 2 getting this done, but hey, we're still on the positives. There that goes. That's okay. Plenty of trash weapons on the way. Long throw. Excuse me, I hate when that happens. Alright guys, got another covered wagon for our viewing pleasure. And that might be Yiga, I'm not really sure. I don't recall seeing an NPC here just randomly. So of course I'm going to talk to him, her, whatever that is. And if it is Yiga... Yeah, it's Yiga. So I think this starts happening after you visit Kakariko Village. So if you haven't been to Kakariko yet, you shouldn't be seeing this dude. Chick, whatever. But again, this is a great spear enemy because it keeps them at a distance. And they can kind of get away from you, you know. They're fast on their feet. They can do this. So yeah, the spear just kind of keeps things at a distance. And guys, these things are garbage. It's a decent attack power, but they break after like 4 swats. It's horrible underability. Horrible underability. Alright. And I mentioned a Talus. I'm going to try to track that down before I do this Karoxy, because I might be able to get my attack power meal in while I still can. I think this is him right here. Yep. Wake up! Wakey, wakey! Eggs and bakey! And this has the note up here on his back, or his butt, whatever this is, his buttocks. His buttissimo. And this is definitely a job for his spear. And that's why I broke out the harder hitting spear there. So I wanted to get the attack power in while I could, especially while I had my attack power meal running. But yeah, guys, always take the time to get your Sound Taluses. That helps with KO credit. Not only that, gemstone, selling power, rupees. We're going to have some expenses coming up. And we're going to need to pay our bills. Shiny rocks. Alright. Definitely got him dead. Now I'll backtrack real quick and we'll get that Korok seed. Much better. So yeah, guys, this is a configuration we have not yet seen in my playthrough. You just basically have to get the flowers in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they like to make you run around for these in awkward patterns. Hero mode would be really fun to look at right about now. I probably just drew like a Plan A map. Plan A. Get super confused and run around in circles. Okay guys, almost back to our shrine here where we left off. Almost. This should start looking real familiar to you again. And I mentioned getting all the ruins and stuff on the left-hand side. What am I doing? On the left-hand side of this road. And I might have forgotten to, do that before I left. Shiny rocks. got too excited. So yeah, you know, better late than never. And not really much else going on over there. I'm going to try to use the power of the stealth and get a cheeky sneak strike in here. Ooh, one hit. Nice. Another thing about the sneak strike, guys, is not only do you not have to really deal with them, but there's a damage multiplier there. And honestly, I don't know what it is. 4 times or something, maybe more than that. You know, I never remember these things off the top. So some of you guys watching might already know the answer to that. Please feel free to put that in comments so everybody else knows. But yeah, anyway, there's definitely a damage multiplier there, and that's nice to have. Just another fringe benefit to the sneak strike. Okay, just to make sure I'm not missing any loot here, there's a couple of chests, which is the main point of why I'm doing this. And I always tend to miss one here, which is not cool. Wooden shield. Nobody wants a wooden shield. Not at this point in the game when I'm carrying a royal shield. That was a fun weapon drop. I think we got that out in Gerudo. Okay, we got a blue here now, guys. Again, that's another indicator. Wait, is he red? No, he's definitely blue. That's another indicator my KO credit is being pushed. When you start seeing the moblins progressing in colors. Oh, get back here. Oh, nuts! I didn't get the sneak strike. I tried so hard. I had it. It was in my hands. Long throw. I'm gonna stock this long throw, but that's only because it's a bone weapon. This is the only time you have ever and will ever see me stock a long throw weapon. Now, guys, I need to take a quick break to go water the horses. This is a great time to take a break so I can digest the fact that I'm going to be stocking a long throw weapon, which goes against everything that I stand for and so much more. But it's a necessary evil for the bone system. I'm doing it for the bone system. Anyway, guys, I will take a quick break here. I'm going to see how long Link can stay alive in just case he does die or I lose a lot of hearts unnecessarily. I'll show you whatever happens with Link in the middle of Hyrule while I'm away from the controller. This should be a lot of fun. I am very brave. Carrying coffee over right next to my computer here. One of these days, I swear it's gonna happen, it's gonna be a problem. I don't know, maybe I should just, like, take my own advice and... yeah. Alright, guys. Oh, I'm still alive. Cool, sweet deal. Not a bad deal, Yo-Yo. Where does that come from? I think it's just random slang. I don't know, guys. I have a lot of, like, just self-made up things that have caught on. Like, my daughter took one of these to school once, and she goes, yeah, and everybody in my high school is saying this. And I was like, no way! Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It just might be one of those things I've said throughout the years, and probably comes from nowhere. Yeah, lore original. Good call, Jim Lewis. Hey, Marigold, welcome. Oh, new TV. Oh, when did this start? Wow, I've been on an hour already. My last famous words, like 3 streams ago. Guys, there will be no more long streams, don't worry. I'm not even halfway to Kakariko yet. Shiny rocks. Sneak strike, thank you, Jim Lewis, 8 times. Okay, see, I'll never remember that. Every time the subject comes up, I never know that number. Maybe I should write it on the chalkboard 50 times. Because that helped me learn in high school, right? Yeah. That's why I was a straight A student. Tommy won. Hey, welcome. Awesome. Good to know. Thank you so much. Wanda, hey. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and dive back in here. And get myself out of the way. Toodles. Uh-oh. That was a fake Toodles. This is a real Toodles. Toodles! Alright. Rockin' and a rollin'. Ah, my windows are messied up here. One moment. Okay, that's better. Such nice, serene sounds of Hyrule at night. So calm, so peaceful. Right up until the moment a bobkin pops up out of the ground. And then all chaos ensues. Now guys, you're going to need these fireflies. We're going to be upgrading more and more stealth suit stuff. So yeah, definitely want to have plenty of fireflies going into that. Now I always have a problem with this Kakariko seed. Yep. Tough timing on that one. This one's a little easier. You get some hang time. But that other one just kind of comes out of nowhere. Okay, now I know I saw a moblin. Yep, he's still awake. Oh, he's going to sleep. He is up past his bedtime. I think they're supposed to go to bed like right at 10 p.m. sharp. So he broke curfew. Ah, speaking of bony monsters coming up to annoy me. Ooh, one picked up a weapon? It's not okay. And I just use the bombs to save on wear and tear on the weaponry. Oh, guys, this Moblin Club. If you want to do the... I don't know what they call that anymore. There's a side quest out of Hauntno where there's this little boy. He wants to see, like, all these cool weapons and stuff from all over the place. One of them is just a straight-up plain old Moblin Club. Now, I don't know if that's a progressed weapon, you know, so that might be just a lower grade. Earlier on in the game, you know, that might be because I've pushed my KO credit. But anyway, that is definitely one of the weapons he wants to see. So just make mental note of this location here, right by that Kakariko seed. And, try to show you a little bit of a map shot there. Just in case you're wanting to do that side quest. Getting back into the buildings, the ruins. Should be a couple of treasure chests. Definitely one hiding under here. Now, guys, I've already gotten this one on, you know, whenever I came out here to find Hestu. And then I insta-regretted it because I said, yeah, I meant to do that when I came back through later. Seems to be a common theme in my streams. Shiny rocks. Cannot be avoided. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. I don't believe I am. Now, this bad boy nest over here, guys, I don't know. Whatever's in there, I never find it's worthwhile, but I'm going to do it because we're here. And, you know, again, nighttime, guys, that's going to be a huge benefactor. As long as no bats or any other random, you know, nonsense pops up, we should be pretty good to get some sneak striking nuts. Well, I'm about to get bomb barreled. It's gonna be. I almost took care of that myself. What was that? Okay. Maybe I'll try to do a little bit more straight up combat here with a lower grade weapon, just to kind of show you guys. This is a soldier's equivalent right now, so if you have a soldier's broadsword, this will be comparable. So what I like to do is wait for him to finish his attack, and again, stay light on your feet. Don't stand in one place. He'll miss every time. And then when he finishes his attack, whatever that might look like, you can go in there and just get a good series of wailing on him. Now, if he puts his shield up, that doesn't help. That's not awesome. Long throw! Okay. So I asked the question a long time ago. I wonder if my Switch 2 would be just as broken as my Switch 1 was with the long throw. It's like, I thought my old Switch was just broken, like the code was wrong. And that's why I always got long throw. But now I'm playing on the Switch 2. And it's long throw. I don't think I've got... Well, yeah, I have. I got critical hits, so I can't say I've only gotten long throw. But wow, that's a lot of long throw! 100 stamps and long throw. That should be the name of the stream. 100 stamps and long throw. Okay, I do like my quick shot, but, you know, my bow inventory is kind of full right now. So I really don't need it. You know, this is definitely better. But yeah, guys, I'll just kind of keep this in mind as a leveling chest. When I say leveling chest, this probably started out as a traveler's bow, which is why I didn't bother with it before. But as you can see now, it is a soldier's bow. Not only is it a soldier's bow, but it's got that bump on it. That you know, it can be anything random. It can be attack power up. It can be quick shot. It can be, I don't know, whatever else. But yeah, just again, that's another reason I take the time to push that KO credit. More goodies. Okay, so I think I'm done now. I'm done fooling around, done playing around. For the most part, we can move on. Alright, one thing that I want to do, since we're, you know, kind of going this direction, general direction, I said I wanted to come back and hit this river. And that was a true statement. But that might be... now, I guess. Yeah, it'll be kind of quick-ish. No, that's a whole other thing. I'll come back through and do that when we go up to see Hestu. Yeah. Mental arguments. It's a thing. Another nice thing about the stealth suit is nighttime speed up. It's gonna make you very spoiled. You're always gonna want to have nighttime. And there's my dragon again. Oh, these guys are like relentless today. Ouch. Cool, that one auto-died in the water. Nice. Now before this chest gets away from me, I'm gonna ice block that sucker. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there's a whole bunch more to do here before I go that direction. Wow, they're back again. This time I might try to actually ignore them. I say try. They don't always make that easy. Alright, so yeah, definitely want to get your gemstone nodes. Again, that's selling power. But right up here, we got another Kakariko seed. Now, I don't know if these guys are going to let me do this. Should be a lot of fun for a blooper reel here in a minute. But, yeah, right here at this little tip of land, go ahead and plop you in an ice block. And you might even need 2. I can't really remember. I'm going to try it with 1. And then you're going to have to get a bit of a running start and lob. And yeah, see, this is problematic. I remember this overshooting a lot, so you might have to throw that back a little bit, anticipate that a little bit. This is why you need 2 ice blocks. Looks like my first instinct was right on that one. Wow, if it's not the bone monsters, it's the choo-choos. And I love how that rock just took like a sharp right bounce. That was awesome. And now a sharp left bounce. Double awesome. Ouch. Wow! Still missing. You're gonna die, clown! Alright. Now I can lob my rocks in peace, I hope. Whoa, that was a lucky bounce. I thought for sure that thing was going to pop off to the right. Alright, yeah, that one you might have to play with it a while. And guys, if you run out of rocks, I've done it. Just go into that shrine, come back out of the shrine, or just telewarp and the rock should respawn for you. Alright, but we are not yet done here. Not by any means. There are some more goodies, some more Kakariko seeds, some more treasure chests. And I believe a good, hard-hitting gemstone node right over there. That'll be fun. It's a little bit of a climb, but worth every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. And while that's rolling down into the hole like Happy Gilmore, more coffee. Send him home, Happy. Send him home. Just tap it in. Give it a little tap, tap, taparoo. Alright, before I go after that treasure chest that's right on top of this doohickey, there's another goodie up here. A little bit out of the way, but it is a Kakariko seed. When we go find Hestu's third location, guys, I want us to be ready for that. I want us to be able to get us tons, not only of arrow inventory, bow inventory, I should say, but also the weapon inventory, because it's going to start getting real tight with the bone weapons. Punish him for his insolence. That's what you get. I don't really think there's any other goodies here. Nope. Moving on. I guess that's another reason I like to do this on the flip side. You get just a little bit of altitude, a little bit of a head start on this pillar. Of course, you're using a lot of stamina to get to this point. That might be counterproductive now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, you got a nice view of the surrounding area. All that fun stuff we just hit. Not a bad deal. Now, this is basically a worthless weapon to me, so that is my new crate opener for the time being. Just to spite the system of the long throw. Doesn't Nintendo understand by now? Nobody wants long throw. Whoever invented the long throw... I don't know, we need to... Maybe I'll drop a rock on top of his head like the Crocs. Okay, good, my horse did hear me. Honestly, again, I don't think we really necessarily need the horse. A lot of this stuff's going to be on foot. But yeah, this might just speed things up a little bit. Actually, yeah, that was a total waste of time. Total waste of time. Now, where's my treasure chest? Oh, sweet deal. It didn't get too far away from me. I did it again! I think this controller, the motion is more responsive. The other controller I was using, I had to really wiggle that thing around to get it to respond for the motion, so I think I have to retrain myself now on that motion. Alright, so yeah, we definitely got a chest here, and guys, there's more. There's a lot here by this bridge. I'm going to come back to that. Right now I want to get across the way here just momentarily, and keep a keen eye out for fishing. You're going to get stamina fish, you're going to get attack power fish. You're going to get just regular bass for heart replenishment. Lots and lots of fishing to do here in this river. Of course, as I'm talking, I don't see a single fish spawning in. Oh, there we go. That looks like a attack power fish. I'm going to sidestep for that guy just real quick. Just so I can show you they are definitely here. And this, again, is for attack power meals. So absolutely worth the time to do some fishing while you're here in the area anyway. Mighty carp. Mighty. Mighty man. I really haven't been killing the wildlife so far in this playthrough. I have no raw meat. Wow. I have no raw meat. Zip, zero, zilch. How did I let that happen? Yep, lots and lots of gems. Selling power, baby. Good old Kakariko seed, definitely worthwhile. I thought there was another one right here too somewhere. Yes, there is actually. There's a rock to pick up. Just to show you where I wound up there on the map. And now follow the shoreline. And, well, one more. Really well hidden rock there. That's what you get. Not to mention, yeah, we're going to go up there too, because that, again, it's a bit out of the way. Then we'll fly back down here and deal with all that. I think that's just a blue. So on that enemy leveling system, guys, not all enemies are leveling, and not all enemies will level to the fullest extent, which is a silver. Some enemies might start out as a red, and it might only progress to either blue or black. While most of them, on the other hand, will definitely be fully leveling all the way up to silver. Okay, now this is another Kakariko seed that tends to give me problems. Yep, see? I probably just lit some poor man's house on fire. Awesome. Alright, nothing else super close by, so I'll go ahead and fly back down to this bad boy nest, get a little bullet time, that should be fun. With my bow that's about to bust. Kind of feels wasteful, but that's okay, it's fun. I'm telling you guys, the stamina. 100% recommend getting the stamina first. 3 heart containers is really not a problem once you hit the rainforest anyway. But the stamina, that will absolutely be a problem. Like all that I just did right now, that wouldn't have even been possible without having that stamina there to back that up. Hopple bye-bye! Alright, and there's not just the attack power fish, guys. We've got the defense fish too. So again, for you folks that like the defense meals, that's a fish you're going to want to pay attention to, the armored carpe. Alright, and I mentioned there were some more goodies here around the bridge. A little out of the way. I might have even been able to get this, you know, on the way. Might have saved a little time. Where are you at? There you go. Nuts. So close. Rupees! Nice! We need rupees, and lots of them. And of course, Korok seeds, and lots of them. Punish him for his insolence. You fool! Samurai Jack! I just got done watching Season 5 of Samurai Jack again for like the 10th time. One of my favorite cartoon series of all times. Oops. Why did I just put that bomb down for no reason whatsoever? Yep, Mighty Carp, of course I'm going to take a moment. That is attack power meal food right there. And I probably need to go back to the rainforest and get some more mighty bananas, now that I'm on the subject. But not today. We're not doing that today. We still need to make it to Kakariko. I don't think it's going to happen within 2 hours today. Too many shiny things. Okay, I'm not really going to worry about the defense fish. Those are stamina, so yeah, I probably want my stamina. Ooh, a Bokobo! Perfect! Ouch. Wow, I cannot believe he missed me. Normally they're pretty accurate. Really surprised he missed me. I was just standing there too, I wasn't even moving. Nuts! That time I hit my chest. Ooh, Octorok eyeballs. That's another important monster part. Just another reason to kill the Octoroks. I can't remember what super suit now that upgrades, but I definitely know I never have the 5 I need to do that, or 15 I think it is altogether. Okay, that looks accurate. Alright guys, so from here, I think we're pretty much done with this little bridge spot. Now, again, there's stuff on the other side of the river, but that's going to be another video. There's actually quite a lot to do on the other side of this river, between here and the Dueling Peaks. But for now, don't forget your Guardian parts. Definitely critical to have that for the super suit that's to come. The next system, guys, that's the Ancient System. Very big part. Okay, now that is highly unusual to get a fairy spawn when I have more than 2 in my inventory. I've never had that happen ever in my entire experience playing Breath of the Wild. Never happened. Not to say you're going to get a fairy there. A lot of these are randomized. But, wow. Yeah, the fact that I actually got one with more than, you know, like I said, two fairies in my inventory, that is nuts. Mind-blowing. Mind-bending. Alright guys, that was that little peak I climbed to for the Korok seed. Just to give you a frame of reference of where we're at this point. And this is why I really didn't want the horse. It's a whole lot of getting on the horse, getting off the horse. It just kind of feels like it wastes a bunch of time. Nuts, I knew that was going to happen. Soon as I shoot my arrow, they always move their heads. I doubt I'm going to get a cheeky sneak strike in here, but I'm going to try it anyway. Sometimes, you never know. Sometimes you can get one in before they are all alerted to your presence. I said presence. I'm going to deal with a harder hitting enemy first, which is like backwards from my last piece of advice. Haha, got the sneak strike that time. Dude, look at that. That club bumped. That's a leveling weapon right there. Guys, I need to put the bone suit back on. Like, I've got all these bone weapons in my inventory. That would be great for some of these bad boy nests. Now, again, that's a leveling Bobkin, guys. If you're earlier game, if you haven't pushed your KO credit stat yet, that'll be either a blue or a red Bobkin. But I'm going to be running into these tougher Bobkins because my KO credit has pushed Bobkins to that point. So yeah, if you're kind of hesitant watching the video, like, I don't know if I want to engage in that bad boy nest because that was a tough bobkin, just go ahead and go there, see what you got. You probably have all reds. Alright, nothing else going on here. Sweet deal. I will absolutely stock that. It's a step up from that guy. Now, I don't actually have to use weapons here to break any of these crates. I like to do that with magnesis just to save wear and tear on the weapon stuff. Ouch. Of course, you got to be careful not to smack yourself in the face with the crates if you're going to do that. Also, make sure there's no bomb barrels around. Tee-hee-hee. Yeah, that's a lot of fun when they bounce and they hit the bomb barrel. But if you line that little blue dot up right in the crack, that usually makes all three explode. You get your loot. It's quick, it's easy, and again, it stays on the weapons. Not only that, if you use bombs, guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna spend a lot of time running around, just looking for things, you know, blowing around. The wind blows the arrows around, and just, yeah, it's no fun. All right, so that's it for that little bad boy nest. And walk, don't run. If you got your stealth on, there's stuff here in these woods too. So pretty much anywhere you see trees here, there's potential for, you know, lizards, beetles, all sorts of fun stuff that you'll scare away if you're sprinting around. Okay, we got another Korok seed coming up. And I will stamp this just to kind of show you on the map exactly where that starts. Stam mellow mushrooms, never hurt no one. And beware the falling boulders. Now guys, blue nightshades, we're not done with those yet. We're not done upgrading the stealth suit here, and you're going to need quite a bit more of them nightshades to get that done. So every chance you get, even if they're a little out of your way, go grab your nightshades. For sure. Stealth suit is definitely worth upgrading. You see all this combat I'm doing in it. It would be nice to have the extra armor. Alright guys, while I'm up here, I think from here I like to just kind of keep climbing. Now there's another little loot spot down there. I kind of wished it was closer. It's a little out of our way, but worth it. But again, I'm up here, I have the altitude, I'm going to go get this really out-of-the-way Korok seed for right now. And this is yet another configuration we have not seen yet in my playthrough. And if it's thunderstorming, you might want to put down a hard save here right away, because sometimes lightning can hit one of these trees and you can't get your Korok seed. So if that happens, then you can at least reload that save and give it another go there to get your seed. But yeah, basically what you have to do is match the fruit. So notice on these other trees, these are sticking out to this little branch on the right. So there's our magic apple. This is the one we do not want to hit. Oh, I really can't see what I'm doing. Oh, and you can get your arrows back sometimes. Sometimes the fruit, you know, really goes far and it's not worth it anymore. But yeah, just wait for it to find a resting point. And then wait for it to say arrow, and you'll get your arrow back that way. Not sure where my other apple went. Don't need it. We're out of here. So yeah, for now I'll just go ahead and go back here. Actually, we might want the horse after all. No, scratch that. We don't want the horse. Too much fun stuff to do. A lot of stamina fish right here at this rock. This is the main reason I wanted to detour and come over here. Lots and lots of stam fish. And guys, these are absolutely huge. Especially when we go out on big hunts, you know, you're going to need that stam. Not only the hunts, but climbing. There's a lot of tough climbs in the game. And you'll just find the stamina tends to really go. Okay, so now you can use stasis to punch this thing out of the way. I don't like to do that. Because, you know, that really starts trashing weapons. But there is another way to use stamina where you don't have to use weapons per se. But it is tougher to aim the object if you're trying to get it to aim a certain way. So I'll demonstrate this here real quick. Just again, I like to give people different options while they're out and about. Lots of stamfish here. Definitely a real good fishing hole. So yeah, I'll go ahead and demonstrate this briefly, just this one time. Go ahead and stasis that bad boy. Whoop. And then we're going to have to bump her over to bombs. And notice this starts building up pressure. It wasn't powerful enough to move that though, so it probably doesn't work on this type of plate. I don't know, some objects you can actually move with the bomb, some you cannot, I guess. So I guess I'll resort to my handy dandy balloons. Not a bad little chest though. I think that horse is probably too far away. Oh man. I was going to try to avoid unnecessary fistfights. But unnecessary fistfights do not want to avoid me. Yeah, that horse is probably just a bit too far away anyway. Alright, moving on into the wooded area. Once again, guys, with the insects, the spawn-ins, just walk, don't run, all sorts of fun stuff in these woods right here. And I have no idea where I'm at with my firefly inventory. I probably have enough. Oh, yeah. I think you only need 15 more, or maybe it's 10 more each? Honestly, I don't remember. But in addition to super suit stuff, you're going to need them too for a side quest in Kakariko. So yeah, just grab them while the getting is good in your game. Just to save time on stream here, I'm just going to kind of look for other stuff. And you probably already noticed the big shiny boulder sitting here. You guessed it, Korok Seed. Send them home, Happy. Send them home. And there it is. Got another bad boy nest here. Now, since it's nighttime, I'll be able to do some sneak striking, and that is always awesome. But before I go over to that side of the roadway, I want to check for more goodies. Uh-oh. Where did he come from? Man, you're scaring away my fish! No scare fish! And by fish, I mean insects. All sorts of good stuff. Then silent shrooms, again, that's another important mat for the super suits. I have no idea how many you need off the top of my head, but I know it's not a small number. Oh well, that's quite a climb. Good thing I got sliver meals. One final oomph! Good to go. Whoop. Yeah, definitely more fun stuff down here and over there. By the way, a couple of little puddles of water that I want to hit. Yeah, I'm going to come back to that bad boy nest. We'll kind of do a little loop-de-loop. Got you an axe. Axe me no more questions, just in case you're in need there. And the hightails, guys, speaking of super suit items that you're going to need a lot, and I mean a lot of hightail lizards. I think like 35, maybe even more than that. There's like 3 super suit items that really need those. That's the boots, sand and snow boots, and those are definitely worth upgrading. You'll be in combat wearing those. Not only that, the jumpsuit. So yeah, that's the climbing gear for you guys that don't know my lingo here. I get a lot of questions in my old video series. What's the jumpsuit you keep talking about? Am I missing something? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. That's just my lingo. Okay, no more fun stuff as far as insects or lizards, I guess. Oh, no, I take that back. I think I see one more there. Well, ah, you jerks! You did that on purpose. Ouch! I wonder where my blow myself up with bombs counter is. Ridiculous. Not only did I miss my loot, I blew myself up with bombs. Alright, definitely some good stuff over here in this little body of water, guys. That sneaky river snail, once again, that's needed for suit upgrade stuff. I always take the time to get everything the game gives you. You just never know. There's nothing worse than getting out to a Great Fairy Fountain to do some suit upgrading. And it's like, oh yeah, now I need 15 of those. Great. And then you think back to all those times in your gameplay, you could have scooped this stuff up and didn't, and wished you had. It's a terrible feeling, I'm telling you. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Nobody wants that. Oh. Yeah, I definitely need to get used to my new controller. Definitely has a different feel to it. It's even angled differently. Like that other one was more side to side. This one's more up and down. Kind of like using the Joy-Cons in the holder. And it's throwing me off. Like I keep hitting the bumpers by accident. Gonna be a learning curve here. Alright, so that was that little hit spot. Go ahead and mark that chest. There's one more over here. But first, more trees. And more apples. Yep, take the time to get everything the game gives you because you can sell that stuff. If nothing else, I mean, you got 100 apples on you. I'll show you a gold rupee, my friend. Oh, there we go. Maybe this time I can actually get my beetle. Good old high-level attack power elixirs. But you've got to have the beetle. Well, if there were any beetles around here, they are now gone. Ouch. Alright, enough fooling around. Let's go get our loot. And then we'll be able to break away and go to the other side of the river here. I mean, yes and no. There's another Korok seed. It's a bit out of the way. It's like a Dueling Peaks Korok seed. Honestly, that should be a separate video because we don't even have the shrines up there yet. Those are really out of the way. And actually, in my walkthrough, we can go get those. We got the stamina to get up there. But, again, that's kind of like another series or another stream. Don't cross the streams. Crossing the streams is bad. Okay, this is another one that usually gives me troubles. I like to try and wait till they cluster, but it doesn't always work out. That's not going to work out. You know what? I'm done with this. Why am I using arrows anyway? Ah, that's why, because they're too far away. Yeah, you really gotta lead these. I remember this giving me trouble before, too. I wonder what I just blew up over there. There's some random fire started near a bobkin. He's running around screaming. Alright guys, so from here I'll go ahead and work my way back over toward that other bad boy nest now. And hit these woods along the way, because that's always fun. What is that? The lizards, sometimes they look like just a tree branch or something laying there. And sometimes I walk all the way over there and it is just a tree branch laying there. But wow, I can't tell you how many times I've found lizards that way. Just checking it out. Now there should be a mushroom right here and there's not. I feel like I'm being cheated. Oh, it's over here. Scratch that. Not being cheated. But this is a nice little hiding hole, guys. Definitely got some good gem loot in here. Usually got a higher grade gemstone, if not two. Look at that, 2 sapphires. Nice. Not only that, you got a Kakariko seed. Punishment served. Not only that, you got a mighty thistle. Alright, so I guess we're back to bullet time. That bow probably isn't going to really do it here. Actually, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun with the bone system. I have the thing. Why not? Probably a little wasteful, but that's okay. Try to get them away from those bomb barrels there, if at all possible. Alright, here we go. There's that bone system. Hard at work. Love that thing. So that would have taken a lot longer had it not been for that 80% attack power boost. I could have eaten an attack power meal on top of that and really got him dead quick, but... yeah, kind of wasteful probably. Ooh, a dragon bone shield. I don't believe I have one of those yet. And that probably trumps that one anyway. Eh, maybe not. They still break kind of quick. That one's got the or the shield, yeah. Alright. Due and done. Whoopsie. Wow, that's actually another good option. So that's a leveling shield, clearly. Okay, and just like before, guys, follow the river. Follow the river. Hey, get back here. Oh, that's right, I'm not wearing stealth. I'm like, why is he swimming away? Makes a big difference when you're not having stealth. Okay, so there shouldn't be anything else chest-wise here. It was basically just, yeah, fishing, guys, but not only the fishing, the frogs and the sneaky river snails. You'll usually see them here, and I think the sneaky river snails come out more at night. But during the day, you can still see them too. They just don't glow. What do we got over here? Oh yeah, that was definitely worth it. Alright, I definitely need to take another quick break here. I'm going to try to get us to the tower before I do that. But wow. My bladder is screaming at me right now. Angry coffee. Angry coffee wants out. Very angry coffee. Hot dog. I might not make it to the tower. Oh yeah, I got another treasure chest here. My angry coffee is starting to break my concentration. Yeah, I might have to do this sooner than later. Not okay. You do not get to get away this time, Mr. Froggy. Kermit. Alright, moving right along, guys. I'm going to at least get you to the tower, then that'll be a good breaking point here. So for right now, I'm just not going to do the fishing that I need to be doing, that, you know, I can't do it. Mighty fish. They look so pretty. Oh yeah, I got another croc seed here too. Oh, there's some sneaky river snails. So again, they're tough to see, but they're definitely here. And there should be a flower. Walked right past it. So yep, got another friendly neighborhood croc seed here. That's where that sucker starts. And I like to ice block just to get swam a little, you know, swimming's tough here. You're going kind of upstream against current. So it's probably better to just put the ice blocks down anyway. Just for the sake of ease. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna ignore him, pretend I didn't even see that. Oh, there's a leveling chest here too, ouch. Right here by the tower. Ouch! How? How is that even possible? Okay, now I don't have bumps on my knight's weapons yet. We haven't quite gotten there yet. But it's definitely better than a throwing spear. Actually, no, this did level. That used to be a soldier's. So yeah, that leveled from soldiers to knights. Not a bad deal. Now let's see how many more times this Octorok can get a lucky shot off on me. Wow, that angry coffee. My teeth are starting to float. Okay, now I've already gotten this tower, guys, but just in case you hadn't, that's pretty much all there is to it. And from here, I will take a quick break, come back on camera so that you guys can see what's going on in the background here while I'm away. One moment, folks. Alright, thank you so much for your patience. Let's catch up on some chat here while I eat something totally unhealthy for breakfast. Epic fail. But in my defense, I was up until 3 in the morning playing with settings, trying to get 4K. And I didn't have time to eat this morning. Yeah, Marigold, that Guardian music, if you didn't have anxiety, you'll have it after hearing that Guardian music. Have I completed West Necluda after doing the Great Plateau? West Necluda. Where's West Necluda? West Necluda. No, I have not been over here yet. Just to answer your question there, Tommy. I did a little bit kind of in the rainforest. I didn't really get into it yet. There's a lot more to do here. We still need to go get Xant's helmet. Yeah, just a lot of fun stuff to do there. More rainforest looting. A lot of loot. Like, yeah, especially like up and around here. Wowzers. So there's a lot more to come. I did the Three Brothers briefly, but that was just for the KO credit. Again, I really haven't looted Necluda very well. So yeah, West Necluda, that's kind of here now. I'm not going to do the Dueling Peaks yet. That'll be separate because there's a couple of shrines that are involved with that. Well, I got like one hair. It's not cooperating. Yeah, so there's that. I'm not sure which one you were referring to there, Wanda. It took me forever to get this one. That's the bad thing about not staying up to real time on the chats. I'm glad I could help Marigold. Yeah, those Karaks. Ridiculous sometimes. No, Jim Lewis, I noticed the extra buttons. Not yet programmed. And I don't know that I want to program because I'm pressing them accidentally all the time, so it might not be okay. Hey, Junior 2K, welcome. That's a good question. There's a couple of glitchy chests. I already noticed the one by Lake Hylia Tower, that was not fixed. Because when I walked around to the other side, it despawned. So I'm assuming the other ones that I'm thinking of right now are probably not fixed either. You mean the BotW and TOTK upgrades that came through yesterday? Again, not sure what that's referring to anymore. Oh yeah, might be. True that. The trees don't come alive here. Much more leisurely forest looting here in BotW. Okay, good to know, Jim Lewis. So yeah, not only is the stream higher quality as far as the definition, but the bitrate is a lot higher. And I notice that makes a huge difference in the No data, what's going on here? See, that's not right. Something is going definitely wrong here with the stream. Hope I didn't just lose internet. Have we lost internet? Alright guys, apologies. Yeah, looks like the internet dipped out there just briefly. When we're having storms in the area, the internet gets very dodgy. So apologies for that. But it looks like it's reconnected. Luckily, I didn't lose the stream, because when that happens, that takes time to get it back together again. Hey, Brian Austin, what's up? Yeah, 3 a.m. Yeah, it was getting real last night. I was trying to get 4K working, and I tried everything. I finally figured out at the end of all those toils, my computer just won't do it. So it was a good try. But, you know, at least I got it up higher than what it was. So it's kind of like in between 1080 and 4K. It's like in the middle there somewhere. So it still should be a real nice crisp picture coming through on YouTube now. Yeah, Marigold, those Guardians. Sweaty hands, fumbling buttons. It gets pretty real. Yeah, I'm glad turning off the sound helped. That definitely helps with the anxieties a little bit. You can just kind of concentrate and watch. Oh, got you, Wanda. Okay, got you now. Hey, what do we got? 7. Hey, welcome back. Good to see you again. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of the way one more time here. And we'll get back into some more looting on the way to good old Kakariko Village. A lot of goodies already. There's a lot more to come. Peace out, Home Scout. Ah, good to see you during your lunch break. Thanks so much for tuning in. Yeah, that could be at Jim Lewis. Data rate problem is hard to tell. I don't understand what's going on. And sometimes YouTube takes a while to process that higher video quality. So, yeah, it could be a number of things there. Alright, guys, let's do this thing. So, from the tower, I normally like to just kind of go straight down to the left here. There's some gemstones to do. There's a shrine on the way, and that's got the climber's gear, the climbing cap or whatever, the bandana. And that's definitely nice to have. I've already gotten it my playthrough, but I'll go ahead and show you. Exactly where that bad boy is. But for right now, I'm looking for gemstones. I thought there was another node down here. Yep, look at that. I almost missed it. Oh, no, actually, I'm getting way ahead of myself. There's stuff to do right here. A lot of stuff to do right here, right by the tower here. And this is where I might want my stealth back on. Actually, you know what? We're going to wait on this. I'll get this quick one here just because it's right by the tower. I was going to jump this little cliff wall and go do some stuff on the other side. Wow. But I'll do that on the whole left Twix when the time comes for that. And back to my super unhealthy breakfast. I wonder if you guys can hear me crunching. Sometimes you don't have to jump slam the weapon. Sometimes Link will like look up and aim at an object if it's just a little bit higher. I don't know why sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. It seems like it's just kind of hit and miss. But it's nice not to put the extra weapon damage on the thing by doing that jump attack. Of course, bombs work too. Okay, so once again with the river, guys, lots and lots of fishing here still. And I do need those sneaky river snails. So if I do see those, I will sidestep for them. And I definitely recommend you do the same, because, like, those can be hard to come by. So that's one of those things, if you're not getting it throughout your gameplay, it's going to be tough to get when you really need them. And there are some more goodies over here, too. Might as well get those while we're at it. Fland? Who put that there? Alright, good thing I got a new crate opener sitting right here. One thing about this game that's really awesome, yes, the weapons break quick, but there's always another weapon right around the corner. Now, I remember taking the time to go up there, nothing up there, not gonna bother. But you do have a covered cooking pot here, just in case you're in need of a quick meal or two. And there's something over here. While I'm on this side of the river, I need to get back to the other side for the shrine and for another node, but yeah. We definitely got some to-dos over here also. I'm gonna try to ignore them. I make no promises. Ugh. Jerks. So I would have been okay had I not hit one of them. But, they are now alerted to my presence, and now they're not going to leave me alone for the rest of the time. Ouch. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this side. Let's get back on over to the other side. Ooh, a blue Lizzle is here now. I want him. Definitely want him. I'm wearing the bone system, so this will be a nice kill. Hurry up, Mr. Greenie. There it is, guys. The power of the stamina. You know, when I said in that very first stream, not having the stamina got me killed, it really did. Like, I got very deep into the game with one stamina wheel. I can't tell you how many cliff walls I fell off, how many enemies were just able to come clobber me because I couldn't sprint away. Bullet time was just no help whatsoever. So yeah, definitely recommend having that stamina. And hopefully, now that you're really kind of watching it in action, that'll just kind of help solidify that for you a little bit. Alright guys, so here is our shrine, and again, I've already shown that in a prior stream. Be sure and check the playlist and the link in the description below. And I'll walk you through that shrine real thoroughly. And I think that was the one when we went to Kakariko the first time for Hess 2. That was the 5-star Speedster episode. I don't see any more glowing, shiny things. And this is just to help me stay up on my meals. I can really go through them attack power meals, and I don't have a ton of attack power ingredients on me. So this next Blood Moon's going to be real fun, trying to scamper around trying to get some last minute bananas. Okay, more nodes and stuff on the left here. But wow, I'm gonna have stamina for days. I've got a grip of them fish. The thing is now that I'm getting the stamina wheels built up, it takes 2 fish to get a decent amount of replenishment. So that might look like a big number, you know, whatever it was, 20. But that only cooks 10 meals. Wow, that's a really fast-moving current. I thought I had that frog in the bag. I love being at the point in my game where I can use a Royal Claymore as a boulder breaker, and I'm totally okay with that. Even if it's only for one piece of amber. Alright guys, this is something I've talked about in prior streams. But make sure you're getting the Swift Violets, and these respawn here in time. There's a couple of waterfalls to make special note of. This is one of them. There's another one right over here on the way to Kakariko. Again, same type of party. Tons of Swift Violets. Just every time you come through this area, make it a habit to reclaim these. Because again, that's going to be something that's going to be real hard and time-consuming to do when you really need a big number of them. When you get to that Great Fairy Fountain. Lucky for me, I got a good burner bow for this job. Yeah, I really got to retrain that. That's like a fine motor skill now. Wow. Cool thing is you get your arrows back. Of course, you don't get the bow back, but that's what, you know, it was a bow I could have cared less about. I call those burner bows. It's like a burner phone. You don't want it, you don't need it forever. And check this out. I'm gonna blow myself up with bombs, watch. Wow, I got lucky! But yeah, tireless frogs, guys. Those make real good stam potions. Get off that wall. One of my biggest complaints about Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom is the climbing isn't deliberate. Like, he'll just automatically start climbing something random, and that's terrible when you're, you know, running around screaming with your hair on fire because you're trying to get away from enemies. And then you start climbing some random rock or tree or just anything. It's terrible! It's like, I'm here, you guys can come get me now. Thanks, appreciate that. And just to show you, you know, this crate loot and stuff does respawn. I've already hit all this stuff, but arrows, you know, mainly for the arrows. The apples are just a nice little French benefit, because again, 100 of those bad boys is a gold rupee, so never hurts. Go ahead and feed the dog, 3 pieces of food, well 4 if you don't wait for the pink puff of smoke. And there'll be a silver rupee here for you, booyah. And I think I totally forgot to get the Karak seed here. Yeah, I totally forgot to get the Karak seed here, so that's awesome. Oh, why am I using this? Genius! I wish I could take back all that weapon damage. Alright, too late now. So this is our Blood Moon guy. And here is also Misko's treasure. Guys, we're going to do Misko's treasure. Why? Because it's here, it's convenient, it's on the way. Ish. I don't think I'm going to make it to Haunt Note today. We're already over 2 hours. Wow. So anyway, if you listen to their dialogue, they were talking about Misko's treasure. And guys, it's a nice little early game loot spot. You know, we're going to do that somewhere. This is just going on too long. I'm sorry, folks. We're going to have to do this in another go. There's quite a bit to Misko's treasure. There's a shrine over there. Some other looting to do in the forest. But then again, it's like really good stuff. Hi. Lightning and the thunder. Yeah, we're gonna do it now. You You can't drop a bomb like that and then just leave it there. Like, you gotta do something with that. Alright, so while we are here, there's definitely another little hidey hole. Hidey hole treasure chest. Bye. Oh, there was another chest. Doggone it. See, there we go with them bumpers. It's in one of these two ledges underneath. It's on the ground level, but it's a chested bow, and I like to leave that there, which is why I didn't go out of my way for it, but it is there if you want it. You have to break like a false boulder wall, and the chest will appear. Should have mentioned that when I was actually over there. Okay, so just follow the horse around just to kind of show you on the map exactly where we're heading. Just follow the road, follow the yellow brick road. Once we get to here, we'll just kind of follow the pathway up here, this little trail. And I've already gotten that shrine, so again, that's in a prior stream. But yeah, go ahead and take a nice sharp right here with the horse. This will really speed things up for you. There's a little bad boy nest over here, somewhere. Oh, look at that. Never even knew that was there. Nice. Uh-oh. I didn't get him. Instead I got myself. Ouch. Shoulder, neck, spleen, elbows. Ouch. I wonder what my bomb counter is up to. Like how many times I've blown myself with bombs. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm up to about 10 in the whole series. Maybe more. But yeah, 10 feels like a pretty solid number to me right about now. Just like all things forest, lots of goodies here. And folks, this is another real good spawn point for these silent shrooms, not only in the woods here, but on this waterfall. There's like a little mini waterfall here we're coming up on. I already got this croc, just pick the rock up and make sure you put it back down on top of his head to punish him for his insolence. And then to get into that shrine, you'd have to blow that fake wall out of the way with some bombs. And there was a bear here, which I've already killed. No lions, no tigers, no bears, oh my. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't kill that bear. That's right, that bear got away. That was the one that got away. So this time I'm going to go ahead and get the bear. Because it's fun. Where you going? Come back! Oh no, he's getting away. I wanted to kill him. Uh-oh. Well, so much for that. Sometimes you'll get some raw gore meat out of those guys, which is why I kill them. But also a nice little fringe benefit. Sometimes you'll get honey. And the honey is another one of those later game super suit upgrade items you're going to need, so you might as well start collecting them early game. Alright guys, we have arrived at the end of this little mini waterfall, finally. So many shiny things. So little time. What is that? What are you doing here? Alright folks, more mushrooms. But we're not done with the mushrooms. They go up this cliff wall also. Not only that, that's where Misko's treasure is hiding. Ugh. That's what you get. So yeah, hopefully it's not raining here in your game, because when it's raining here, it's a tough climb. But the good thing is, if you know how to climb in the rain, get your 1, 2, 3, 4 slide jump. 1, 2, 3, 4 slide jump. Rinse, lather, repeat. I've demonstrated that in prior streams, but you'll be able to make that because there's a couple of ledges there you can rest on. So it's not terrible in the rain, but it's still, you know, it's a bit of a... You gotta have stam to cover that. What do we got here? No bump. Okay, so that's a bare bones, non-leveling weapon right there. In case you're wondering what these are, it's roasted truffles. They're decent for heart replenishment, but I've already got enough garbage in my inventory. I don't want to keep cluttering it up. But yeah, guys, just look at all this chested loot. We're not even halfway done yet. Sapphires, just gemstones. Like every gemstone in the game is in this cave. Maybe not, but doggone near. Luminous stone. Another sapphire, alright. So yeah, we definitely need to bomb that false wall, which I'm probably sure you already locked onto. Now guys, this is going to be a flame blade. I really don't want to give anything up right now, but it's nice to have that flame blade. It provides low-level cold protection, so if you don't want to change your super suit set bonus, you can just attach that flame blade and carry that around and you're protected. But again, that only works in low-level cold environments. So I do like to stock that normally, but because I just don't want to drop anything right now... Why is it such a hard decision? Why, SpongeBob? Why? Oh. I guess I'll just use my claymore or some other random bone weapon to open crates. Or maybe I'll resort to bombs, which goes against my better judgment. Alright, moving right along, guys. That is Misko's treasure. So much fun. So I'm going to warp back over to our stable, and then we're going to head north to Kakariko. Good old Kakariko. And I might have to change the thumbnail or the description or whatever. I don't think I'm going to make it to Hot Note today. We're already going to be pushing 3 hours, folks. That's a long stream already. So yeah, we'll have to do Hot Note separately. There's a lot to do on the way to Hot Note, guys. So that'll have to be done, you know, this evening at 8 p.m. But, yeah, just a lot of little hidey holes. A lot of loot nests. Tons of gemstones. Just treasure chests, croc seeds. It's all on the way to Hot Note. Hey! Let's go, Thunder. Get it done. My 5-star speedster. Love this thing. Whoa. I am really hungry today. I need the beetle. No. It's the biggest scam in Hyrule.
Wow! Yay! Wow!
Alright, I'm gonna get to a point in my game here real soon where I won't have to buy arrows anymore. But for now, it's kind of a necessary evil. Alright, folks. Getting back to those items you need for Sheikah Slate upgrading. And I'll talk more about this in the next stream too on the way to Hot Note, but you'll get the ancient shafts, ancient screws, amongst other things, gears and springs. But this whole area right here has these decayed guardians. So, you know, if you just walk around, you can get a whole bunch of monster parts that way. And by the time you're done in there, you should have what you need for Hot Note Village, less the ancient cores. Not quite the ancient cores yet. Yep, that scared my horse away. Just like the cats in the vacuum cleaner. Do that a little more accurately there. That would have been a great time for the tool and sneeze. What are you doing over there, jeepers? Alright guys, the fork in the road, just keep going straight. We're going to cross this bridge. Now I've already hit this. There's a lot of looting to do here. I'll just point things out briefly, because I've already shown it. But right back here behind this big giant boulder, there's like a metal thing down there. And there's a treasure chest right back there. It's underwater. There's also a treasure chest nestled in... Actually, did I go down there? I might not have done that. I didn't do it yet. Okay, so yeah, I must have been thinking ahead. So anyway, there you have it. Good old treasure chest. Got a nice little spot for it. For resting purposes. Of course, an ice block, you could do, you know, that the normal there. Do I go out of my way for an octo balloon? Yes. Yes, I do. Ah, you jerk! He did that on purpose. Oh, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be like that. Alright, and there is a goodie under here, usually. Not only that, there's a chest back here, which I've already gotten. It's right back behind these crates. I got it earlier game because I wanted the ice arrows. And you guys see how valuable those are in multi-bad boy nests. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this little bridge here. Oh, no, there's a Korok seed. I'm getting ahead of myself. And this one is no fun. This Korok seed is going to give you a gray hair, probably. Sometimes I get lucky, get it on the first go. If I don't, then it usually takes, like, forever. Okay, I got lucky and I got it on the first go. But yeah, that one can really take some time to get to. There's another Yiga, I think. Anytime they're just talking gibberish, that's always Yiga. Easy peasy. With a spear, anyway. And this is all the fun stuff I bypassed. Ouch. Why did I even try that? I said self? Now you don't have a lot of space here. Maybe you should back up a little. And before that thought could complete itself, I pushed the button and it was too late. There's an item we haven't seen yet. And guys, as soon as I get us out to Hotno, we're going to circle back around and get Gold Rush Mountain, but we need the inventory first. That's another reason I haven't been to Gold Rush Mountain yet. So many weapons there, especially the bone weapons. See, I'm doing this playthrough a little bit more systematically, thinking ahead better, making sure we're better prepared to actually collect the loot that I take you guys out to go see. Because it's no fun to just, you know, do all that work to get out there to look at it and say, oh yeah, that's so cool looking, thanks. And now I can't pick it up kind of thing. think we're pretty much done. This is where Hestu was, by the way. Good old Hestu. We're going to be going right by where we first saw him. I'll go ahead and point that out for y'all just in case you are in need. But he's a big tree. He's very hard to miss. He's a big, animated, living tree. And he's standing right under here. And he'll tell you that he needs his priceless maracas back. Once you do that little side quest for him, he'll be able to increase your inventory, and that is absolutely huge. I'm getting better, guys. Look at me go. No self-inflicted damage. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. I know, but I can run faster. You don't necessarily have to be able to kill the Hinox. You just have to be able to run faster than all your friends. Okay, so these are not leveling bob pins. These all stay blues. Noted. Ouch. Oh, he didn't die? Apparently that's not the right weapon for the job. Oops. Ouch. It's almost a one-hit situation with that club. Almost. If I had the attack power meal going, it would have. Alright, so that's where that chest would have been had you defeated the enemies. And here we go. This is what I'd be doing. I didn't know it was going to be so soon. So guys, here it is, the road into Kakariko, just to show you on the map. What everything is all about. Another Karak seed coming up. Oh, this is another tree you might want to stealth up for, or just walk painfully slowly. Unless wildlife scares away your beetles, I got lucky there. Nice little spot for a Karak seed. Nice early game seed. Sweet deal. Okay, this one, I don't think there's anything up here. And it's raining right now, so I can't go up there to validate that. Shiny things. The sparkly. The sparkly. Okay, this is where there's definitely a Karak seed. And I want to say one up here too. Now this is going to be a tough climb in the rain. So now that I get to demonstrate, you know, climbing in the rain, it helps to have that bandana on, and since we got it in this stream, it's a great time to put that on. One, two, three, four, five, jump, slide. Oh, well. Everything I just said, scratch all that. It's not raining anymore. Good old Kakariko. Lots to do here, guys. So many Karak seeds here. Talk about a good early game spot for Karak seed hunting. So many seeds. I'm already drooling over it. Man, I don't want to use that anymore. I really don't want to use any of my bows anymore. I really need to get out and get some more inventory. Oh, if you don't already have this, that's okay. Just remember this beetle is here, but get a picture of that. That's needed for later game supersuit upgrades. So you might have to take a picture of those and rune around and look for them. I think you need 15 in total. Always check the trees in Kakariko too, and guys, this is another nice little looting spot for fireflies, just in case you're a little light on the fireflies. They're always here at night. Nice little condensed area for fireflies. Of course, sometimes they're tough to get depending on how they're configured. But yeah, definitely a ton of them here. Not only that, you got the sneaky river snails. And these regen in time. So pretty much every time I come back to Kakariko, I'm scooping up, if nothing more, you know, than the sneaky river snails there. Alright guys, got yourself a cooking pot there. Feel free to take full advantage if so needed. And there's 2 cooking pots in Kakariko. One's out in the rain, and a lot of people don't know about this one. I got questions on this, like, where do you cook in Kakariko if it's raining? Because I think I cooked up a meal somewhere along the way during my playlist, the old playlist. So yeah, I never really talked about this one. But there it is. And if you haven't already gotten the shrine, go up and get your shrine. That's right up here, this direction. And again, I've already walked you guys through that one, so I'm not going to rehash it. I almost thought that was a golden apple for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what video game is this? That was nuts! Okay guys, so I'm not going to do like everything in Kakariko right now. I just really wanted to get us out here. I wanted to get us to Impa and show you all the Korok seeds, primarily the Korok seeds. But yeah, if it's your first time here, you're going to talk to Paya, then you're going to have to go in here, talk to Impa, and then she basically tells you to go out to Hotno. Now, I've already done all that. So, just to kind of catch you guys up to, you know, what we've done. And guys, there's a lot here. Go underneath the building. Mushrooms. Quite a few. There's a couple of Korok seeds here and a treasure chest underwater. And honestly, these snake carp, I still don't understand what the point of them is. Maybe it's just a little bit of flavor in the game. Never figured it out. So if that's something that you are watching and you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what those are for, you know, and there's some kind of hidden deal there, I would love to read about that in comments. This has plagued me for generations. Oh, Blood Moon, that's not awesome. I need to do some cooking. Yeah, I definitely need to do some cooking. Look at all this garbage I'm carrying around. I can definitely cook some stam. Yeah, the attack power is suffering. I just don't have the ingredients. You know what? Maybe I'll come back to Kakariko. Because again, guys, long stream. 2.5 hours already. I'm going to have to break away, go do some farming so I can cook for this Blood Moon. There's a lot of to-dos here in Kakariko. Yeah, honestly, we should go ahead and call this. It's gone on long enough. I promise no more long streams, and here we go. So guys, I definitely hope this helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I always appreciate that. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. Before I actually cut stream here, I want to catch up on a little bit of chat. Shiny rocks, Wanda. Shiny rocks. Everywhere. Warning, scam likely. Yep. You said it. I think I'm saying this wrong, Zento. I'm probably saying that wrong, but hey, welcome to the stream. Jim Lewis. Wait, Jim Lewis, you've been here, haven't you? Marigold, you've been here? Okay, so no new people. Wanted to make sure I'm saying hi to everybody at least. Yeah, Marigold, so my first playthrough, I didn't do Hess 2. I got off the Great Plateau, and there were arrows pointing everywhere, and I just wanted to go see it all. So I was probably hundreds of hours into my gameplay before I finally learned you could like upgrade inventory with S2. I never did find them. Like my whole first playthrough, I had very limited inventory. And then finally I got to that point, I was like, dude, I'm missing something. Like there's got to be a way to increase inventory. So I finally just Googled it. And they're like, oh yeah, you should have found Hestu right on the way to, you know, Kakariko Village in the very beginning of your game. I was just sitting here reading this. I'm like, yeah, I didn't do that because I didn't go there. So anyway, they intended for you to see Hestu right away. What they should have done was put Hestu on the Great Plateau right by the goddess statue. So as soon as you did all 4 shrines, he could have popped in right then and there. That would have introduced you to Hestu and told new players, like, hey, you can upgrade your inventory. But anyway, yeah, I missed it. Don't mess with the chickens. Yeah, the chickens will kill you very quickly. God, what was that? Ocarina of Time. I think I had my first unpleasant chicken experience. The cuckoos. Yeah, and then this game, it's kind of like a piggyback off that game. They kill you very quickly, and they do not leave you alone. They're absolutely relentless. True that, Jim Lewis. You can use the chickens to fly. I mean, not really. It's more like a glide, but it's still fun to do. Actually, might be I cannot take a nap. I have to do the adult thing and go to physical therapy today. Boo. But honestly, it's doing good for my body, so I'm motivated enough to go. But yeah, that's going to negate any kind of nap time I would have had otherwise. So 3 a.m. is going to come creeping up on me at some point today. Don't know when, but I'm going to hit that wall, and it's going to be like, boo. Power down. Thanks so much, Mike B. Appreciate that. Oh no, Wanda, you missed bingo? Happy to see somebody played the bingo. Thank you so much, Dee Dee, again, for putting that list together. I mean, we all kind of helped make it, but she was the one that jotted it down, sent it to me. So yeah, wow, you were close. Wonder what I didn't say that would have gotten you the bingo. If you got a quick minute, I'd love to see that in the comment here. Like, what 2 things did I not say today? Yeah, that would have been way too easy. But, you know, unfortunately for players like me that like the exploration, I mean, they had to know some players were going to go off the Great Plateau in different directions. They had to know that. I can't even remember which way I went off the Great Plateau first. I think I was just looking at landmarks or mountains, and I was like, ooh, I want to go that way. I think I went in this general direction, because I remember the Dueling Peaks really catching my attention. And I remember just spending a lot of time around the Dueling Peaks, but then I wound up over here where the Hinox was, guys. And like very first game, very first playthrough, didn't even know what a Hinox was yet. I'm walking around and I hear something funny. Actually, I think it was one of these 3 Hinox. I think it was this one that I walked up on. So yeah, anyway, I was trying to climb the Dueling Peaks. That's what kind of got me over here. And I kind of gave up because I just couldn't get up there. I didn't have the stam, getting back to needing stamina. And then I just kind of went off in this just general casual direction, Wound up over here. And I hear him snoring. And it was like that one movie. Do you hear that? It's a funny squeaky sound. Well, it wasn't a funny squeaky sound. It was death. It was a Hinox. So yeah, I turned around and I saw him. And he was just laying there sleeping. And I was petrified. I froze. You know, the heart starts racing. I felt flush. Like, it was getting real. Like, I felt totally flush. And I just kind of tiptoed away very quietly. And then I ran. I sprinted. I was gone. I was like, yeah, I'm never coming back here. So that was pretty much my first playthrough. So I found a Hinox instead of Hestu. He did not increase my inventory. Marigold. So in the link, yeah, I should have talked about this. In the link in the description, I'm going to put a link in there for the bingo card. And every time you go in there, it'll like regenerate a new one. It'll be randomized. In the more part of the description. More. Huh. I don't think I have a more. Would you like to go live? Yeah, I don't see it. It's not giving me that option to type this into the YouTube. Where it says like more, it doesn't give me an option to put something else in the description. So there might be a way to do that, but I don't know how I'll have to research that and figure it out. But there's definitely no window for that other than the description. Maybe there's a way to link it. Yes, he doesn't give me a links option either. License distribution, comments and ratings. Okay, I'll come back to that. If there's a way to do that to where it's more visible to you guys, I'll definitely do that. Oh, eggs and bakey. I haven't said that today. It's fun being me. Boo. I'll do better. Or maybe I'll get a better bingo card next time. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't say that during the Talus. I must have been jibber-jabbering about something else. Alright, guys. Again, thank you so much. I know this one went on a good while. A lot to do, though. We got a lot of looting done. Like, I wish I had taken a screenshot when I first started playing on my inventory. Like, how many rupees we collected, how many gemstones we collected, how many everything we collected. That would be really cool to put on a thumb, I think, someday. But anyway, guys, again, I got to get ready for PT here, get myself fed some real food. And I will bid you all farewell until this evening. Yep, see y'all tonight. Thanks again so much, guys. Appreciate all the support. Peace out, y'all.